Each of us have the conscious choice to choose where we want to be in life. And it is through the communication that we have with ourselves and the communication that we have with others. But what it comes down to is the thoughts that we think, what we say to others. There would be no wars in the world. There would be no conflict. What that person says to you in the grocery store, it wouldn't hurt you because we know that it shouldn't affect us. Because communication, they're just words. But what I realized is that words are casting spells. And you may be thinking, casting spells, what is this guy on? But when you break down a word, what we're taught in elementary school, when you break down a word, and it's A, B, C, it's called spelling. And we cast spells onto other people when we say these words. And because each word emits a frequency, each word is vibrating at a certain frequency, it casts spells onto other people, which can set limitations, or it can cause growth. The words I speak may mean something to you, but they may mean nothing to somebody else. It's through our conscious decision to if we are going to flip that switch or not. Because the switch is either on or it's off. There's no in between. And so with your work ethic, you either turn that switch on or you turn that switch off. It's one or the other. There's no in between. It's night, there's day. There's happy, there's mad. There's the yin and the yang. And it's about finding where we are on that teeter-totter. It's about finding which way we need to go. Do I need to weigh this side down more, or do I need to weigh this side down more? We need to find where we are in our position in this greatness of reality before we start going with the journey without. Because we need to start the journey within, controlling the thoughts, the things that we can't control, our reaction, our emotions, our thoughts. And most of this, people struggle with being lost, being stuck. But it comes down to knowing ourselves. You don't know yourself if you don't know those thoughts, if you don't know those feelings. Set a label to them. Analyze them. Why am I thinking this way? Why am I doing these things? You have the conscious decision to choose where you want to be in life, but you need to know where you are. You need some discipline in your life. And that's what it means. To live the life of a good man is to live by morals. That's what I strive for each day. I wake up with the purpose of a man because I know that I have a man's duty to fulfill. God or this higher power did not put me on this planet for no reason. I haven't met one other 18-year-old that talks like me. I haven't met one other 18-year-old that wakes up at 5 every morning and does the shit that I do, puts the work in that I do the things that I do, and still come down at the end of the day with a good outlook. Because that's what it is. It's the outlook that we have for ourselves, that we have onto reality, that we have onto other people. Are we going to allow that person to bring out the bad side in us, the part that is not us? We must be authentic through this process. And we are all artists. The art that we create, the art that we do, everything, whether you like it or not, is an art. The words that we say, waking up in the morning, getting out, the way we do it, the way that it is accomplished is art in itself. Everything is an art, and we are the artists because our life is that art. And we wake up and we paint that picture. I like to think of, there's this Japanese pottery. It's very ancient. And when these pottery would fall down to the ground or whatever, they wouldn't try to recreate it just like it was before. But they would melt down gold. And the parts that were broken off of it, they would replace with gold. These parts to us that are broken, these parts to us that we don't like, be proud of. We know ourselves and we know where we came from. Let that humble you. Let you be you, and let it humble you. Because you know the person that you were, but you know the person that you want to be. And right now we're in that middle. We want to push it to the extreme to get right there. Knowing your place from the odd to the even, to the yin and the yang, is extremely important. And this is what's going to help you reach your success. knowing that everything is an art, we must treat it as art. We can't take things for granted. We can't take the family. We can't take our business. We can't take time. Time. Think of how great that is. The first 10 years of our life, we're learning in the world. We're a product of domestication. We grew up in a system. The next 10 years of our life, up until we're 20, we're in high school. Then you go to college. And then you work for the next 20 years of your life. Are you being you? Is that 9 to 5 getting you where you want to do? Sure, it's an artwork in itself, but it's up to the artist to change that artwork. Does he like the way his life is going? Are you happy in life? Because if you're not, you have to change the things that you're doing. Because the things that you're doing dictate what you're going to do. And the do needs doing to be done. I like to think of it as we are all a grain of sand in this vast ocean of inevitability. And because we're so small and we're such this grain of sand, with feeling and thought, we become the ocean itself. When you look at the ocean, you think of the water, you think of the sand underneath, you think of the life that holds within it. We don't look down and think of the ocean as just a little grain of sand. But with feeling and thought, we see it as a whole. We become the ocean. And when we think of ourselves as this tiny little piece in the world, it humbles us. But that also connects us to the whole of what is, the whole that we live in. We know that we're greater than what we are because we are alive. We have the conscious choice to do. You are a creator, and the art that you create, it doesn't have to be a painting. But break those rules. Don't do everything that everybody else does because it's not authentic. An artist is created by his authenticity. And he is made from who he is. You can't replicate some of the greatest artists of all time. You can't replicate that. They created that in their time. But their time is up and it's our time now. You can look over and see what your friends are doing. But know that you're greater. Know that you, yourself, can become more than, sure, this person's really good at what they do. I'm better at something else. Don't take that as an ego thing, but just know that you're better than me. The guy sitting next to you is better than me. I'm better than him. In some way, in some shape or form, I have something to learn from you. You have something to learn from me. And that might be why you clicked on this video. But everything else in this world, there's always an opportunity. An opportunity to grow, an opportunity to lose. But with those losses, we're able to go from here to here. Positive, negative. And it's just about how we view it. If I have to say this in every video, I will. Because our perception matters most. Our perception matters most. Let that sink in and think to yourself, where am I right now? What am I doing? Who am I? Who are you? And you might say, oh, my name is this. But no, who are you? You might be, I go to this school. No, who are you? Okay, well, I was born here. I work this job. These are my parents. I'm half St. Lucian. I'm half Canadian. Well, no. I want to know, who are you? Only you can answer that question. I'm a grateful, intellectual human being who surrounds himself with something inevitably greater than him, who is constantly growing to become a better self, to inspire others all around the world and follow his dreams. That's who I am. And it's not someday, it's one day. Because the dreams I have now will be accomplished. They will be. I will do this. And like I said, these are spells that I've put on myself because I know I will. I will do this. Every single day, day in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. I did not be put on this planet. I did not do any of this. I did not live the life that I have lived to reach this point and stop. Stop to be mediocre. Stop to be average. No. What is the significance of that? Why? Why settle for nothing? Sure, it might be something, but it's nothing in my eyes. Why be like everybody else? Why? Be that 1%. You know what it takes? What it takes to get where I've been at? It's taken years. And I'm beyond proud of the person that I have turned into. But there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still so much work to be done. You know, to be that 1% man, it takes, get a haircut, brush your teeth every day, you know, start hitting the gym, you know, start journaling, finding yourself. That's all that is. All any of these basic necessities to living as the life of a good man makes you that 1%, because everybody else is average. Everybody else is doing average things. All these average things amount to average. Boom, boom. Wow. You've amounted to live all of your life. You've evolved all the way up to this point in your bloodline. Do you want to change your bloodline? Do you want to think of your ancestors and all the history that it has taken to get up to this point in your life? Just you end up like every single one of them? And to look over and see other families and every other one of them is the exact same? That's not me. That is not me. Because I know I'm destined for greater being. And I will do more. My name's Colby Robinson. And I have a dream. As always, thank you. Follow your dreams. Don't stop. Outwork everyone. Be delusional. Don't listen. Think of that voice in your head. Think of it. You're not it. You're not that voice. You're not these feelings. You're not your thoughts, but yet you can control them. You know deep down who you are. Become that person.